Optimus Magnum.
What's good, YouTube fam? My name is Optimus Magnum, otherwise known as Tony, and today I'm going to talk to you about some more NES games that I loved to play when I was a kid. Now, for me, when I was a kid, and now, I was a huge sports fan. I'm a huge sports fan. I love football, basketball, and baseball. Baseball not so much, but basketball and football the most. But as a kid growing up loving sports, naturally, I gravitated towards a lot of the sports titles for the NES, and I played a lot of them. So today I will talk to you about 8 games that I loved so much when I was a kid growing up and played a lot of against my friends, my cousins, my family, things like that, and just all the fun I had when I was a kid playing them. So we'll get this started off with Double Dribble. I could tell you the countless hours I played in this game. Before the days of 2K, when everything was so realistic and everything, you have an arcade, basically, basketball game such as this that it was just so much fun. There are only 4 teams. I think it was Los Angeles, Boston, Chicago, and New York. And, back and forth basketball. But the one thing I remember, the coolest thing I remember being a kid and just being like in awe and in shock was when you go to the hoop and you would glide your player across, and people that have played this know you get that animation, the dunk animation, and it would do like these windmill dunks or just do like a slam dunk, whatever. And just the animation itself, just being a kid, seeing that animation, you're just like, wow, it was so realistic looking. And it was just like, it blew your mind as a kid. And now we're talking like 8-bit graphics. And nowadays the players look so real. They look just like the players on the court, and they're doing everything the same. Everything's just like player movement. Everything is similar to like you're just watching an NBA game. You could probably fool somebody playing 2K that's watching it thinking you're just watching TV. Where in this game, it's arcade, but it was just so much fun. And like I said, there's nothing more like playing with your friends and being able to trash talk or have those moments with game-winning shots or dunking in their face with this and everything. It was just so cool. So yeah, Double Dribble. Check it out if you get a chance. Now, the other one, ice hockey. Not a big hockey fan, but I love playing hockey games. I obviously love the NHL series. I have them all back there for Sega Genesis. But before that, ice hockey for the Nintendo. Very cool game. Kind of weird because it only had, basically you have 3 players you have more players on the ice, but you only have 3 players to pick from. You get a little skinny player, you get a little medium-sized player, and you get a big thick guy. And basically the little skinny player is fast. He runs around, not runs, but skates around the rink real fast. And then the medium player is like your average player, like your player that's, just enough fast, just enough power to his swing. And then the big player, the big guy, he's the one with the heavy swing. So when he swings his stick, that puck goes flying you have to try to stop it as you're playing the goalie as well. So in that game it's fun because it's obviously not realistic, but it's cool arcade-ish, and it's fun to play with your friends because you're just going back and forth on the ice. And then it had this cool animation, another cool animation that Nintendo did. They had fights. So you would fight, basically you get into a fight because you're scrapping, trying to get the puck, and then they start going at each other, and they would basically just make this noise, and they'd go into this cloud of smoke where they're fighting, and you'd see other players join in, coming in to help, and they'd get kicked out, booted out of the fight, they'd just be boom, out or whatever, and then they take the person that started the fight into the penalty, whoever mashed the controller first to do it, started the fight would get taken to the penalty box, and then you're in the penalty and stuff. But another fun game to play on the couch with your family or friends, and I just remember endless good times, especially with my one cousin. I used to play this with one of my great cousins. And we used to battle for hours on this, and he used to kick my butt sometimes. I used to kick his butt. Man, it was just a good time playing this game. Another good sports title, RC Pro-Am. So you're basically a remote control car, obviously the RC, and you're operating through these little tracks, and you got these little oil slicks and water puddles and things like that you can avoid. There's all these power-ups you get to do. I just remember taking this. I remember playing hours and hours of this to the point where you get to the point where you got your car so souped up, but you can't defeat it's almost impossible to race the end guys. You have to basically have tons of missiles, tons of bombs and things like that to destroy them, because they're so fast they just pass you and you can't do anything about it. So it was just a really, really, really fun game. Very challenging too. It just seems like a like a little cool racer or things like that. But when you play it, this game is can be very, very challenging. So check this out. Another fun game. We'll get into this one first. Baseball Stars. This one is just such a cool game. Now, if you love baseball and you love being a manager or managing things and things like that, this was a game for you, because basically what I used to do, I'll just tell you what I did. I used to basically change all the names of the teams, or the names of the players in the game, and I changed them all to my family members or friends, and then I would play this game, because this game would basically hold all the stats for you. So you know what you're batting, you know what you make money-wise, you know what you how your stats lie in the game. And this was just such a cool game. And you basically upgrade your players and do all the other kind of stuff. But this is just I can't tell you the number of hours I played this, because I'm a stats guy. I love stats, and I used to love determining stats, how they work and stuff like that. And this is just the game that I just enjoyed. I guess that's probably the business analyst in me. I am a business analyst, so that's probably why I grew up and love stuff like that, because this is the stuff that springboarded things like this. Next, baseball wise, RBI Baseball. There's a lot of RBI Baseballs in this series. There's actually a new RBI Baseball now that's it's for the Nintendo Switch. Obviously doesn't look like this, but this I played countless hours in too. Just has a few teams in it, but and later on they added teams with from all the years prior, the World Series champions and things like that. But this game, countless hours, and there's two different kinds of this. This is the Tengen version, and there's the other version that's like the NES cart version, the traditional gray cart. But fun game to play baseball wise. Very simple. You just basically, ball's hitting the air, get under it while you can. If not, when you feel the ball, it's easy to throw the first, second, third at home. Just a routine, easy game, but just fun to play, basically. And I played countless hours of this. I remember when I was I think around maybe 9 or so, I played this, 9 or 10. I would play this a lot. Just at the time, big Mets fan, so I was always the Mets. I'm always the Mets. I'm always my team in these games. But it was just so much fun. All right. Now we're getting to the meat, basically. We're getting to the meat and potatoes of games, games I used to play. First one, when this came out, I'll never forget how amazing it was. Tecmo Bowl. Just a fun game, and pretty much everybody and their mother always played with the Raiders, because Bo Jackson was pretty much unstoppable. I didn't care. I always played with the 49ers no matter what, because that's just the person I am. But anyways, fun game, awesome game to play. Just basically, this is the game that you played against your friends. You played against the computer too, but most of the time you were playing against your friends with this, and you were just enjoying yourself and just talking junk all the time. But this is a classic, basically. And next, Mike Tyson's Punchout. This is one of the hardest games I think I've ever played in my entire life. This game, to this day, matter of fact, to this day. Now, mind you, I've beaten Mike Tyson a few times in my lifetime, and I have no video to prove it. So I'm actually planning on streaming this one day, and hoping that I can just beat him, because for you guys, because one, because I want to show that I've done it. Two, I would like to prove it by recording it and having it on stream. And three, just for the sheer amazingness how it feels to beat him finally. I played this game. I could tell you probably I played this game for years, maybe a year or two, maybe a year before I finally beat him. I was just a kid playing this game, but I loved Mike Tyson. I am a huge Mike Tyson fan. I grew up with him basically. I grew up with him being the champ and just like being in sheer awe of his power and stuff like that, and watching his fights, and playing this game and being able to finally get to him and then fight him and then get your rear end stomped by him in one punch, basically 3 times, was just ridiculous. And I used to just play and play and play and play. And then finally, when you figured out the code, which is, by the way, 007-373-5963, I know that better than I know my own social security number. It's just amazing feeling to finally beat him. I'll never forget the day that I did beat him. I was by myself. It was at night. My parents were sleeping. I was in my room gaming. I wasn't even supposed to be gaming, but I used to game at night. I screamed. I was so happy I screamed. I got in trouble. My mom kicked my butt, basically, for being in my room gaming. And I got in big time trouble. But it was so worth it because I beat Tyson. But then after that, I beat him all different ways. I beat him by knocking him out, and I beat him by decision. I think you got to get a certain amount of points. I forgot how much the amount of points was. It might be 5,000. Don't hold me to that. But you got to get a certain amount of points to be able to win a decision against him, and I did. But I've beaten him a few times, but it's been a long time. I will tell you this. I think the last time I beat Mike Tyson, I think I was a kid. I might have been a teenager, and that was it. So I'm looking forward to playing this again, getting all the way up there, and then whooping his rear end if I can. Even though I know what's gonna really happen. I'm gonna catch fist. But anyways, great game. And last is my favorite sports title, and Super Tecmo Bowl, or Tecmo Super Bowl. This game, you know what pains me is that the Giants are on the cover. I'm not a Giants fan. I'm a 49ers fan. And this is the year that the Giants beat the 49ers with a Matt Barr kick, I believe it was, to send them to the Super Bowl. And that's when they beat the Bills in the Super Bowl 2019. I remember this game. I remember this game vividly well. And to see the Giants on the cover, knowing that it was probably going to be the 49ers on the cover, it drives me nuts. But still, don't take it away from the game, because this game is amazing. I have spent, and I told you before with this Baseball Stars, I have spent hours and hours, days, weeks. I don't know how many. I don't know how much you can say on this game. Because it basically, you could play through seasons. It held all the stats. Like you just basically had stats galore on this, and it was just endless hours of fun. I just remember playing this nonstop, and it was just amazing. It's nothing spectacular graphically, but it was just the fact that, like, I don't know, it's just hard to explain. And it was also fun playing with your friends and stuff like that, but like, it was just fun playing by myself. I would literally play this game for hours by myself, because I just loved game after game after game after game after game after game, just picking up stats, trying to do the best I can against a team. And every now and then, I remember a team would give you just, you were able to blow out teams and stuff like that, because you get so good at the game, you're blowing out teams. But there's always these occasional games where you'd fumble a lot, or you'd throw interceptions by accident, or things would happen, and you just had these nail biters with teams. And I've even lost in this game to the computer, because, you get lackadaisical, or your guy fumbles a lot, or things happen, or players like Bo Jackson or Barry Sanders on this game were like unstoppable. So it was pretty cool. But let me know in the comment section what's your favorite sports games for the NES, what you guys like to play when you were kids, what you would love to play now, even if you've never played an NES title before in your life, and maybe you got one and you're looking to getting into gaming. Let me know in the comment section if you're looking into that, or if you play any of these games, or if you did play any of these games, and the feeling you felt when you played these certain games, or maybe a different sports title. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and click on that notification bell, just so you know when the next video is coming up, when I'm going to be streaming next and things like that. I've streamed a couple times. You're going to see me streaming a lot more, obviously. But yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll probably be going into the Sega Genesis games a bit. And that's it. All right. So for Optimus Magnum, signing out. Peace. Peace, y'all. Happy gaming.